What's happening, folks? We are back once again for a Tuesday night ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Starts right now, today from Homestead, Miami Speedway, for our Wildcard events. The regular season is over with, and now we get to decide the drivers of the top 16, and man, it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. We're going to go down trackside, qualifying already underway for the most part. Let's get down there and find out what is going on. Michael Johnson on track right now. Looking pretty solid here. Get our tower going. There we go. On track, Tim Robb as well. Glad to see the boys of Apollo Motorsports coming back for the race. John Cutlip. Lots of fast guys today, obviously, and heck, what are we doing? There we go. Microphone died for a second, but we're good. Don't know why. John Cutlip on track right now. Smecker currently with the top spot right here. Looking like, man, looking really quick. 32.51. Very, very fast. We'll talk format in a little bit. Right now, a lot going on in qualifying. Chad Oxendine, Kevin King right now warming up the tires. Oxendine looking pretty quick as usual. Couple of breaking news as well in the ASRA world. We'll get to that in a bit here during the warm-up. Some notable drivers going to be missing from this race, but hey, you know, unfortunately that can happen. A changing of ways, and I don't know. Some things didn't work out for some, and that's completely fine. John Cutlip, though, right now, 32.51. Man, it breaks even with Smecker as we see it. Very quick. Looking good so far. A couple of minutes left to go in qualifying. Actually, but 20 seconds actually. Went by very, very quick. A couple of guys not here. Keep in mind the ones in the pink are the Wildcard 8 drivers. We'll talk about that in just a second as far as what that means for you guys and them on track. Cutlip's still the fastest right here. James Thurston looking extremely quick as well. Oxendine, Kevin King, right to the top of the pole here, 32.50. Man, look at that top three, how close they are. King, Cullivan, Sprecher, all right there within a thousandths. Awesome stuff. A couple of guys still on track, trying to get themselves at front of the field here. Frankie Barroso might be able to steal one here on the backstretch. Not there just yet, but looking to do it. Villalobos, oh man, tough into the outside wall there, turn 4. But here comes Thurston. Frankie Barroso going to cross the line here as the line ends. Oh no, not going to have the time. Unfortunate. So Kevin King will get the pole today. That's one more playoff point towards his playoffs, which start next week. Cannot wait to get that going right now. Quick warm-up session, 5 minutes. We'll take a quick break, folks. Thank some sponsors, and we'll come right back. All right, folks, welcome back into Homestead, Miami Speedway. Again, here for the SickTrophies Wildcard race. So right now, a quick warm-up session getting going for these drivers to get themselves practice for pit road and things like that. But let's take a look at what we have going on today. Definitely a big race. Again, the playoffs ended. I'm sorry, the regular season standings ended last week at Charlotte and now today in Homestead. So how this race works, it's basically like every other race, right? Top 12 drivers locked into the points. Hey, today they can just earn the points, earn playoff points potentially, stage wins, race win in the pole, right, for Kevin King. So looking to get themselves done with that. But the big one today are the Wildcard 8 drivers. So basically after the regular season finished, the 8 drivers from 13th through 20th now compete in this race, and they will be in the pink on your scoring tower here. So the top 4 drivers out of those Wildcard 8 will move on and fill the last 4 spots of the Championship 16. So pretty cool. Looking forward to this. And hey, kind of an all-star vibe in a way. Looking forward to this for sure. So gonna get going here in about 2 minutes. Right now on board. Look down trackside here. Frankie Barroso, Kevin King getting some service done. Joseph Mealy on track as well. Let's take a look real quick at the race details for today. 135 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 30. Stage 2 ends on lap 70. One thing we did change in the playoffs right now, we did bring back stage ending yellows. I know that's kind of been a, quite the hot topic lately, but we're bringing it back for the playoffs. Listen, the racing has gotten way better since about midway through that regular season. So let's award the drivers, bring it back as it was initially, meant to be, and see how it goes. So I think these guys are going to have a lot of fun today. Homestead's always a great track, usually a fan favorite, definitely a driver favorite. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll see if that top line can work, see if these guys can kind of figure it out. But I'm looking forward to this race for sure. Kevin King up front, Mealy, Hagen. Again, this is all warm-up practice and getting going, so we will take the time necessary. But playoffs do begin very, very soon, next week, in fact, at Daytona. We kick off the playoffs, but also we kick off the finale of the Crown Jewel event in-season tournament. So that'll be a lot of fun to see who can walk away with that and get that nice piece of hardware from SickTrophies at season's end. James Kaufman, man, in the wild card race today, what can he do to solidify himself into this wild card 8? I actually don't believe that. I think we're missing a couple of wild card 8 drivers. Kenny Reel is one of them, but not here today, it looks like, so that's unfortunate for him, as well as a couple more. So we'll see how it goes, but hey, the race will begin here momentarily. Checkered flag is out. So here we go, down into, trackside. Brandon Bowie, by the way, is not going to be joining us in the booth tonight. He's actually racing on track, filling in for that number 66 machine. So he's trying to indulge in some racing today. Homestead is where he won one of his championships, so maybe we'll see some action tonight from that number 66. Should be a lot of fun right now. Going to get down trackside. Kevin King is the pole sitter, but man, a lot of drivers here in the front of the field who I think can definitely show some prowess, can definitely look pretty good today. So let's go down trackside and take a look at what is going on the front of the field. Try and get a good camera here, but we'll just try this one right here for now. Kevin King up front on the pole. John Cutlip in P2, looking extremely fast. Devin Smecker in third spot. James Thurston P4. Chad Oxendine in P5, looking to get himself potentially a first win of the year right now today. Trevor Huff, P6, John Hagen in P7. Michael Johnson, P8, Tim Robb, 9th. Teammate Jacob Weiss right there in P10, side by side. Austin Sayers, P11, Joseph Mealy, 12th. Jordan Fisher, followed by Jackson Anderson, P14. Brandon Bowie rolling up 15th right there. James Kaufman, Frankie Barroso, Julio Villalobos. Frankie's actually in the pits. He's starting in the pits, it looks like. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I'm sure we'll find out. Julio Villalobos, Kenny Brady, not actually even on the track right now. They're in the session, but not on track, so very odd right there for them. But we will try and find that out here as we get going. So, 135 laps, 2 stages, lap 30, lap 70. Let's get this race going right now. Brian Oxendine in the chat. How we doing, sir? Here we go. Pace car turns left right there. Cutlip and Kevin King get down into the Geico restart zone. And we're going to go green flag here. Here we go. SickTrophies. What? Oh my gosh. What happened? Beginning of the race, John Cutlip. It looks like maybe money shifted. In the back of the field, all in trouble right now. John Cutlip did not need that. A lot of these guys did not need that. Man, oh man. What happens right there? Oh no. Man, super unfortunate to see that. Oh, you just hate it. Let's go back if we can and try and find out what the hell happened to start this race. Try and get a better view here. Maybe even from the chopper. I mean, yeah, Cutlip just money shifts, maybe even actually spins the tires. You know, a lot of these guys just completely have nowhere to go, and big damage for what looks like to be a lot of these guys. Anderson right there, Jordan Fisher, man, I gotta say, Another lap 1 wreck for him. That is wild. Hate to see it, but I mean, that can happen. Thurston, Trevor Huff, already going to come down pit road. Looks like Michael Johnson, maybe. There he is. Yep. Frankie Barroso is back on the track right now. He's being shown 2 laps down at least. Villalobos and Kenny Brady actually not even on track yet either. So he's being shown as out, unfortunately. So not sure what happened there, but not going to be able to go for his first win of the season. A lot going on today already, but lap 3, that can happen. Nice. Watching the nephew race, Chad Oxendine. Love that. Got through a bit of a rough one right there at the beginning of that one, but that might be what it takes, right? I mean, sometimes, we've seen great racing lately, but hey, once in a great while, we're going to see some weird things happen. You know, and unfortunately, you know, Cutlip, man, gets that great P2 starting spot, but I mean, right now, probably going to get that penalty for causing the caution. And that'll be a drive-through penalty. So we'll see what race control says. Maybe he calls it a racing deal. We will see. So, lap 3 of this SickTrophies wildcard race. So yeah, quick update on a few drivers. So yeah, it looks like Kenny Reel, Ethan Dallaire, and I believe one more did not start this race today. So we'll take a look at it in just a second. Pace car's already getting going here, so we're going to be able to go back green in just a moment. Yeah, let's take a look at who's not here. Yeah, Kenny Reel, Ethan Dallaire, Villalobos is here, Michael Johnson is here, Frankie Barroso is here, Halsey, don't see him. So no Halsey, but Salyers and Kaufman are. So we, out of our wild card 8, we have 5. So not sure if they missed the memo or not, but hey, that's where we're at right now. So wild card 5 at this point. The top 4 out of these 5 move on to the top 16 of the championship. So hey, one's going to sit out. We will see how this goes. Right now, Kevin King up front, going to lead the charge off here. John Hagan on the outside lane, and back green we go. A lot of drivers came down to pit right there, so they all had to choose on the outside lane. But right now, good stuff as we come down the backstretch on lap 5. Feel like we're going to see a lot of patience in this race. I mean, right now, it's going to be early on. Track temps, not super high. I mean, this is October weather, right? So it's not going to be super high temps. But I do think we're going to see some really good racing early on. This race will end at nighttime, so track will get tighter and tighter as we see Jacob Wiest running the high line right there. I think that's a good move. I think we'll see that a lot right now, but these guys all go for it. Couple of 2 and 3 wide back here for a second. Brandon Bowie going to try and sneak his way back to the front. Again, normally with us, but today he has decided, you know what? I'm going to race at the track that I won one of my championships at. Subbing in for Brandon Six, who was going to be starting off the season full time, but things came up and hey, that can happen. But Devin Smacker trying to dive it inside right now to the low line. As Salyers, oh, Smacker, oh no! In a huge wreck. Gets loose. And unfortunately, Brandon Bowie, Jacob Wiest get involved in that one. Oh no. We might see Brandon Bowie in the booth way sooner than we expected, as that engine looks pretty well beat up. Man. That is definitely tough. We'll go back and take a look. It looked like, I mean, Smecker got loose right here. Bowie, I mean, obviously has to kind of check up here and just, man, just nowhere to go, really. Hard into the outside wall. Fisher again gets knocked out. Weist sideways here. I don't believe Mealy or Kaufman get involved here. We'll take a look. Yeah, these seem okay, but tough break for these guys. Oh no. Yeah, that Bowie machine is, he might try and solve it, but I do not know. Not good for him, but all right. Michael Johnson comes down pit road. Trevor Huff as well, I believe I saw. Yes. And a bunch more as well. So fuel can go definitely. Uh-oh. There goes the car. And there goes Brandon Bowie's race. Unfortunate, man. You do hate it. We'll try and get him in here in a second. Maybe he'll retire to the booth. I'm sure he's not happy, but it's just, at this point, you got to just laugh. So, on track right now, Kevin King still up front. Hagen, Oxendine, your top three. A couple of guys in the pits right now. Smecker, Johnson, Weist, Mealy, Fisher. John Cutlip comes down again, it looks like. So, Kenny Brady out of the race right now, as well as Brandon Bowie, assumedly. I believe he's going to be out as well. Cutlip not out of the race right now. I mean, again, qualified second. It sucks so bad for him, but trying to repair that damage. Again, no fast repairs here in this series, so not going to get that. Devin Smecker. Curious to know if he gets the caution caused right there, just because he was the one that kind of initiated, you know, that whole mess. But we will see as we get to the front. Choose rule underway here for the start-finish line. Two quick cautions in this race already. Lap number 10. Stage 1 ends on lap 30. So we're going to get it going here. But yeah, definitely some interesting situations so far, but that can be what it is. For a lot of these guys, again, these guys don't necessarily need to race super hard. I mean, the only thing they're really going for are the stage points. Stage wins, race win, in that pole, which Kevin King already got. So race points that they earn in the stages, normal race points, do not count today. They've already locked themselves into their spots for the playoffs. It's just a matter of kind of a fun race, bragging rights, a couple of extra playoff points too. So here we go again. Kevin King, John Hagen. Villalobos high right now on the outside lane. Going to try and sneak in right here with Trevor Huff. Looking pretty good. This is for a top 7 as we see it. Kevin King. Ooh, John Hagen looking to be pretty ricey right now. Looking fantastic again. Only about 17 laps to go, and this is what is so important. Oxendine, look at him on the outside lane. Going to try and make something of it. These guys are not messing around right now. Hagen has definitely been quick. Haven't seen him in a couple of races. I know he's had some prior commitments, but man, he is looking great again. Oxendine making that lane work. I think right now this is a great time to do this. I don't think, though, this will work at night. Right on board real fast. Oxendine making a dive down into the inside. Slides up a bit, but looking pretty stout. Outside lane definitely showing some speed right here. Oxendine going to try and make it work. Can't do it right now. Hagen's right there, but man, they are looking pretty good. Kevin King, I've got a feeling, hey, you know what? Okay, boys, Hagen, Oxendine, go for it. Use up your stuff, and I'm going to be right there once we get to the end of this stage. But man, Kevin King looking to get himself down there now as well. Multi-groove racing. This is why people like Homestead so much, is because they provide this. It's just so good. You can run anywhere. It's all comfortable. It's one of those rare tracks I feel like nowadays that this car just runs really well at. Always puts on a really good show. So up front, still lap 17 right now. We have John Hagen up front. And P2 is still up for grabs right now. Hagen leading the charge here from Oxendine and Kevin King, but they are going for it. And things kind of shifted, right? I mean, these last 5 races, we had no stages, no stage cautions, I should say. And, you know, at that point, you have to kind of treat the race as if it's just one long run. But in this case, now that stage cautions are back, oh, look at that netcode. That was nuts. They were clearly inside of each other. That was pretty wild, but I did get word that we're actually somehow on Australian servers today in this race, so not sure how that happened. As I set up the races the same way every single week, but I don't know. Things can change. Things are weird for sure, but it is all good. Up front, though, Hagen, Kevin King, James Thurston. Definitely looking to be pretty solid. Let's actually do, I'm going to kind of go and do a little searching right here. Again, we're missing 3 drivers from the Wildcard 8. Now, this is the fun thing about being a league owner and also broadcasting. I can kind of like do things on the fly. And I feel like since the 3 didn't show up today, hey, who are the 3 below them in the points as we see a tight battle here? Kevin King and Hagen still going for it. Man. Great move there for Kevin King to get around Hagen. Awesome effort so far. Let's see. Let's just have some fun here. So let's go into the point standings. Standings right here. Okay. So who would have been next in line, you ask? Look at that. Tim Robb, Patrick O'Keefe, which is not here, and then Jacob Weist. And guess what? Tim Robb and Jacob Weist are... Hey. Uh-oh, is my mic messing up? Okay, no. Keeps doing little weird beeps in my ears, and I don't know why it's doing that, but I think I need a new cable. We're, yeah, we're a mess over here. So yeah, Tim Robb and Jacob Weist, guess what? Congratulations, you're now in the Wildcard 8 drivers. Just kidding. Actually, it might not be. So up front, Kevin King, we're about 8 laps away now from the end of the stage. Looking fantastic right now. Man. Very, very fast. Who else is doing pretty good? Back at the field, actually, take a quick look. Jackson Anderson actually comes down now. Pitting early. Oh, he just left. Okay. Just up and quit. There he goes. Jacob Wiest. He is still on track right now, but bit of a bad run as we see it. Don't think that car is in great shape, but making laps. Definitely going to try and fix it as we get that damage going for sure. John Cutlip on track. Cutlip is showing as 1 lap down, so yeah, he did have to serve that drive-through, which is a bummer, but can definitely still get that lap back. Now with stages back, stage ending yellows, he can get that back in this this first stage. So Devin Smecker on the lead lap, but tail end, so he'll have to keep fighting back for sure too. So up front, Kevin King, middle of the pack, all kind of racing pretty clean here. Tim Rubb up front as well from Villalobos. Great racing, man, right here. Lap 26. Devin Smecker actually hit the wall a second ago, but looks to be okay. A couple of drivers still fighting for it. Man, James Kaufman right here in P12. I know we've had our ups and downs this season, but he has held true, and he's been looking pretty good as of late. Right now in P12, in that that last spot out of those 5 drivers looking to get themselves into those playoffs. So might need some good luck here. We'll see how it goes, but he is looking fantastic early on. Just has to hold on to it, right? Get himself to the end of this race, and maybe some bad luck will come, you know, to happen to Barroso, Johnson, Villalobos, or Salyers. Hopefully we don't, you know, have that happen, but you just never know. Frankie Barroso making a good move here for P5. Tracking down Oxendine here a little bit. Let's ride on board actually for a second. Take a look at Frankie Barroso here from the in-car. Home track to Frankie. Looking to see if he can get himself another hometown win. As we just approach lap 29. So Kevin King going to come around here in just about a half a lap. Ooh, hold on now. Hold it steady off of that wall right there, but looking pretty good. Going to be able to come around here, so it looks, and cross the line here for stage 1. And there he is. Stage winner, Kevin King. Gets the job done. Cautions out. Again, as we said, stage yellows are back. Kevin King gets the job done right now. So fantastic job from Kevin King. That's 2 extra playoff points on today's race. Looking pretty good right now. So awesome stuff. So Kevin King gets the job done. Stage 1 is over with. Stage 2 will begin here momentarily, and that will go to lap 70. So stage 2 about to be underway. We'll take a quick break, folks. Thanks some sponsors. We'll come right back for stage 2. Welcome back, folks. Right now, we are in the middle of stage 1 and 2. So John Hagen wins the race off of pit road here with Kevin King, Oxendine. So stage 2 will begin here in just a second. Going to lap 70 will be the cue. Kevin King again wins stage 1. The pole so far as well, so looking to be pretty dominant early on. Trying to get his 3rd win of the season. Awesome stuff today so far. Kevin King, Hagen, Oxendine, Huff, Thurston are your top 5. Villalobos right now leads the drivers for the wild card drivers. As you see in the pink again, for those drivers, the top 4, there were supposed to be 8, but 3 didn't show up. So we have the wild card 5 today, and the top 4 of those drivers move on to the championship 16. Right now, that looks like to be Villalobos, Salyers, Johnson, and Barroso. But a long way to go. 100 laps or so, and hey, a lot of changes can be made. A lot of things can happen, so we're going to get down to it. Kevin King, Hagen up front again. Pace car going to pull in. It's been these two for a long time so far in this stage. Who can get the job done now? Lap 70 of stage 2. Green flag is out, though, again. Hagen and Kevin King. Both going to dive it in. James Thurston going to try and make a move on the outside lane here. Cold tires might still be able to work, but looking really good so far. Chad Oxendine not too far back either in that 4th spot. I know clean air here means a lot, so hey, do you get to the front as early as you can and try and stay out there? That might be the play, but you got to do it now because you don't want to make sure those tires get all burnt up and worn down. Thurston really making a case for the outside lane here. It's so much fun to drive on the outside. As he makes a good move here. Back in the pack a little bit. Villalobos, Jordan Fisher making a comeback after that lap 1 incident. Front end looks pretty decent right there on the number 24 machine. Checks him a little bit. Almost got to the back end there of Villalobos. Looks to be pretty solid right now. Frankie Barroso trying to get back to the front. Finished that stage 5th, but right now he's in P9, so didn't have the pit stop he wanted, I believe, and right there back into the wall too again. So crazy racing so far. On board now, Jordan Fisher's front end knows Looking to get himself to the front. We know he can. Very, very quick. Up front, actually, John Hagen made the pass around Kevin King. James Thurston as well. But again, Kevin King knows the long game, I feel like. He's going to stick it out and try to just save the tires, right? It's early in the stage. Have 33 laps to go until the end of it. No need to push right now. Velo was definitely making a good move here, trying to knock into that top 10. Actually, right now, P8 looking like for him. Very good job. Mealy in P14. Had the pleasure, actually, to race against Mealy last night in a different Cup Series league. What are they calling it? The Flem Dogs Racing League on Monday nights. Broadcasted by our boys Hutchinson Motorsport, or Hutchinson Racing TV? I always forget what the name of it is. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, I think it is. I could be wrong, but you think I would know it by now, but I don't. But yeah, Monday night, great league, a lot of fun, and getting that league going. So a lot of familiar faces over there, and it's good to see. Good to see old friends. But up front, hey, John Hagen up front, looking good. Thurston, though, tracking him down. Let's take a look from that beautiful Cardano machine, making a fantastic run. The sun's already in their eyes right there to turn 4. Dive it down into turn 1. Drift up a little bit. Makes it work, though. Look at this run, though, that Hagen gets on the outside lane. Really, really good right there. Impressive stuff so far from John Hagen, James Thurston, but I'll tell you what, Oxendine, this could be one of his days, man. He's looking so good recently, and I've got a feeling, hey, today could be one of his days to get himself a win on the season. Definitely a day I think we're going to see a first-time winner. If it's not Kevin King, I think we definitely see a first-time winner this season. Hagen, Thurston always showing up, being fast. But, man, Chad Oxendine has been knocking on that door for a long time now. So, definitely able to see if we can get a new winner tonight. Lap 42. A lot of support in the chat. We'd love to see that right now. Chris Hockaday, number 26 and 96, Smecker and Thurston. Supporter. Who else? Brian Oxendine. Looking good. Watching his nephew race. Love that. Always love to see new people in the chat. It's always fantastic. Oxendine makes that move. Gets around Thurston and now has his eyes set on John Hagen. Looking really good, really good right now, lap 43. Back in the field, we'll try and take a look at what's going on around here. Jordan Fisher, I think, is going to be battling. Yes, he is. Villalobos, these guys have been around each other now for quite a bit. Can't quite make the move around, it looks like. That's the thing about that move right there. I mean, if you're a Fisher, you can ride that low line, but you really have to get up against the outside wall before the driver on the high line gets that momentum. So then you kind of pinch him. And right now it's looking to be kind of that same thing. So if Fisher were to dive it in, he's not going to do it now, but could definitely pull off that move. John Cutlip, 2 laps down now, actually. So he was 1 lap down, now 2 laps down. Man, just super unfortunate. Again, spun the tires on the opening restart, I guess start of the race. And man, just super bummed out. But again, the nice thing is, hey, this race for him doesn't matter for the playoffs. It's just kind of an exhibition in some sense, as far as playoff eligibility and things like that. So he's already locked into his playoffs. I think he'll definitely be a force to be reckoned with in the first round. Weist in P15, Mealy in P14. Trying to hold on to their tires and go the distance here. James Kaufman looking pretty solid here in P13. Get to zoom in actually on these drivers if we can. Here we go. Beautiful U.S. Army machine. Devin Smecker on the thumbnail. Next in line here in P12. Austin Salyers looking solid in that number 11 machine. Tim Robb in P10. Having a fantastic run right there. Villalobos, P9. Jordan Fisher bouncing back after that lap 1 incident. Looking fantastic, though, right now in P8. I think, again, he's kind of one of those guys in my mind in that same conversation, right? Oxendine, Trevor Huff, Jordan Fisher. I feel like these guys can definitely win races. It's just a matter of, one, when, and two, do the circumstances in the race give him the ability to do it? And I think he's definitely one of those guys. So I think we'll see him in the winner's circle here not too long. Frankie Barroso, we know he can win. He's won plenty of times here in this series. Beautiful Harpoon design machine. Race day on the side. Looking really good. Michael Johnson right now up in P6, leading the charge here for the Wildcard drivers. A couple of beautiful paint schemes too. Michael Johnson, breast cancer awareness car. The same with Devin Smecker here, actually, on that pink drip drops machine. Looking very, very good. Trevor Huff in P5 in that 95. Definitely has made, a lot of improvements this whole season. I feel like he's grouped up in that area of guys who I think can definitely win. It's just a matter of when and how. Has the speed, but I feel like he's never been in top 3 speed of any race. He's always top 5, not quite a top 3 driver just yet, but hey, competition's definitely tough, and he is almost there. James Thurston, obviously season 8's champion, and looking to get himself in another one here. Trying to go back-to-back, if he can do it. Looking pretty good today. P4, Kevin King in 3rd spot. Oh man, Hagan, big wobble out of turn 4. He might have killed his wheel right there. That did not look healthy. Just trying to go through the field here, and I think, man, might have lost the steering on that thing. Oh yeah, he is deep. Let's take a look at it. Oh man, yeah, that Hagan machine is definitely screwed up right now. You can hear the shifts. Can't go back and look at it, unfortunately, but we kind of caught the tail end of it. Looks like he just kind of bobbled outside of turn 4. And right now, that car does not sound up to speed. Maybe lost some power, but I think his wheel is just in really bad shape. So we'll see if he's able to fix that car, maybe on a caution or that's stage 2 brake, but that is not steering great right now. Frankie Rosso going to try and make his move around him now. That'll be kind of the indicator. Can Frankie get around him relatively easily? If so, I think this is a good indication of what we can find here. Not yet. So Hagan's still somewhat competitive with that damage. But man, not going to be the way he was momentarily. So back through the field a little bit. Michael Johnson, Trevor Huff all move up. James Thurston as well. Kevin King up to P2. Chad Oxendine has taken the lead from John Hagan. So here he is. I'll tell you what, if Hagan, his troubles continue, this might be an Oxendine kind of a day. Number 77, Hardy's machine. Kevin King, that's going to be hard to beat. It's obvious to me that he's just saving his tires. Thurston probably as well. to get to the end of the stage. Kind of have to play that game, right? When it comes to stages, you know certain cautions are coming out at certain times. Your one goal is to just be there at the ends, right? Kind of a lower car count-ish. Not going to be as many cautions. It's just a matter of getting yourself to the end of that stage and being there. Oh, yellow flag is out. Actually, speaking of which, what happens? Potentially Austin Salyers. I can't... Very, very strange. Hold on. Let's try and find out what went down here. That's a very... Okay, here we go. Salyers right here comes down out of turn 4, I believe this is. Yeah, turn 4. As if he's going to come down to pit. Comes down. I mean, looks normal to me so far. I don't know what's going on here, but in pit road. Our system shows that it was Austin Salyers, but I don't know that it necessarily was. This looks perfectly normal to me so far. Comes into his pit kind of weird, but looks fine. So what was the yellow flag? Yeah, it brings us to there. So, oh, Kaufman. Okay, there it is. Looks like you got the everything confused. So Kaufman, let's try and go back a little bit. I mean, it's pretty evident by this. I mean, he's already kind of sideways off of turn 4. Saves it. Actually, pretty damn good job saving it off of the inside wall there. Just a graze on the inside wall. Not going to be too bad. Saves it from here on out. Interesting why that would be a caution. Yeah, again, for those of you who don't know, iRacing kind of throws the cautions based on their algorithm, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. But he wasn't really sideways. I mean, he was a bit, but he was definitely not in bad shape. So definitely should not have been a caution, but sometimes, you know, computers do their thing. And iRacing can throw out some bad ones, but it's all good. Caution flag is out regardless. In a case like that, Kaufman, unfortunately, will have to serve that drive-through for causing the caution. That does happen. So, up front, a bunch of drivers coming down pit road. Stage 2, not underway, or still underway, but not done just yet. 13 laps to go to get to the end of that. A couple of drivers stayed out right now. Michael Johnson, Villalobos, Smecker, it looks like. Frankie Barroso, and then Oxendine. So, top 5 as it sits right now. We'll take a quick break. Thanks some sponsors, folks. We'll come right back. And welcome back, folks, to the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series here from Homestead for our SickTrophies Wildcard race. Man, definitely a couple of things have turned on a dime right now. A caution came out for James Kaufman. Not really spinning out, kind of an unfortunate situation. I don't have to, you know, it probably shouldn't have been a caution, but it came out, you know, iRacing through it, so that can happen. But right now, Michael Johnson, Villalobos, Frankie Barroso, Devin Smecker, Kevin King, your top 5. So only about 11 laps to go here as we get back to green flag racing. Who can steal this stage, get themselves a playoff point? Every point matters for the playoffs starting next week in Daytona. Here we go. Green flag back out, restart zone. Johnson, a great start right there, but 3 wide in the back right now. Oxendine down low. Frankie Barroso going to try and run the outside lane, but man, he is into the wall already. Wild stuff as we see it. A great view right here. Can really see James Thurston going to try and push the issue here to Oxendine as back in the field, side by side. James Kaufman, as I stroke out here. Lordy. Comes down to serve that drive-through. Super unfortunate. Again, that wild card driver trying to get himself in the playoffs. Might not be able to do it today with that penalty, but we'll see. Oxendine, ooh, got a little tight right there. Had to squeeze back up. Trevor Huff, watch this run that Thurston has here. Look at this, bam! Right in the back end of Huff. Maybe slides down, not the case. Kevin King wasted no time getting to the front of the field here in P1, trying to go for that perfect game. Get the pole, the stage wins, and maybe even the race win. A lot of guys fell back already. Michael Johnson, the guys who did not take tires here, very evident. Not working out for him, obviously, but you don't know until you try. And Kevin King up front, 0.6 of a second lead right now, just about halfway in this race. As we finish off stage 2 here in just a few. Oxendine still 3 wide here between, looks like that's Tim Robb and James Thurston. Getting to the front, trying to maximize your tires. It seems pretty obvious to me that these guys who just pitted, right? They probably took a set of tires exclusively to get themselves stage points. You have 5 sets of tires over the wall, and that's a pretty good amount for this race length. So you can kind of blow a set of tires right now to get yourself great points for the stage, which obviously Kevin King has done. Trevor Huff has definitely snuck himself into that picture as well. Right now in P2. Excuse me. But Villalobos, Frankie Barroso still trying to fight for it. Frankie, I feel like, has had some bad pit stops. Or maybe just some overall bad strategy. He has been up to P5 in the stages, and I feel like he was making his way back to the front as well, but has not really been able to figure it out since then. As we see Joseph Maley grinding back up to P7. Looking pretty good. Still one of my favorite schemes on the circuit in this series. Man, just love that. Wheels America Racing. Looking fantastic. Jordan Fisher making a move here on Tim Robb. Kenny Reel, one of the drivers supposed to be here for the wildcard race, says he fell asleep in the recliner and missed the race. Honestly, man, I don't blame you. I do not blame you. That recliner sounds pretty good right now. Not gonna lie. Some World Series baseball perhaps on the TV screen in front of you. Not too bad. Hopefully not 18 innings again like we saw last night, but. So, lap 66, 4 laps to go here from stage 2's end. Oh God, Trevor Huff just got really, really dicey right there for a second. Able to still hold on to that lower line. May be able to hold on to Thurston, but watch Thurston's run here on the exit. Great move right there for Huff. That's what I meant earlier. If you're on the inside lane, if you clear the outside lane, you've got to move down and block that driver. And now they swap positions here. And now Huff should have a really good exit. Thurston's probably going to do the same thing. Yes, he does. Hits the wall. Huff decides to push him instead of making the outside lane move. Interesting call right there. Oxendine down low. I'll tell you what, based on what we're seeing so far, sure, Kevin King looks pretty quick, but man, a lot of these guys are just super racy today. Very cool to see. Huff, not going to be great right now. I had to pull out. In P6 now, Jordan Fisher up to P4. I told you, hey, he's not too far away from doing some incredible things here, maybe even in this race today, as Kevin King takes the white flag essentially for this stage. Stage 2, but watch this. Stage 2, P2, under fire, Oxendine, Thurston, and now Jordan Fisher. Kevin King right now emerging as the clear playoff favorite as he took the pole in now stage 1 and 2. And there he is, Kevin King, the winner of stage 2. Gets the job done once more, looking extremely quick. And that is how it can be. Just like that. Won last week. Kind of in a fluke way. But listen, I mean, the leader at the time kind of blinked out. And he was there. You know, Kevin King made it work. So that's sometimes what you have to do to be a champion, right? Just have to be in the right spot at the right time. And that's what Kevin King did last week. So P1 for Kevin King, P2, Chad Oxendine, Thurston, Fisher, Tim Robb, all in the top 5. Sun just about to set right now, and we're just about a little bit past halfway, so I think a fantastic time right now to go and take a quick break. Thank some sponsors. We'll come right back for stage 3. Welcome back, folks. We're back to the SickTrophies Wildcard race here from Homestead, Miami Speedway. Right now, just about to get underway here for stage 3. Kevin King has won both stages right now, and pit road is a very, very full place as we see it. Let's take a look right now. Everyone coming down pit road, the end of stage 2. I expect to see everybody take 4 tires full of fuel, get themselves to the end. Now, if we do get green flag racing the entire way, we will have to see green flag stops. Fuel cannot go the full rest of the way. And right now, look at this. Kevin King followed by Thurston, Fisher, Robb, Huff. Great stops for a lot of guys. Also a good time for a lot of these guys in the back to maybe save some fuel, or not save fuel, but like fix some damage, right? Mealy maybe. Looks like Cutlip going to come down as well. Hagen. Bunch of guys have some damage to fix. Not a great beginning of the race for about 5 or 6 guys here. So we're getting down to it. Nighttime about to hit here pretty soon. Lights are coming on, and Homestead's going to be a very fun place here momentarily. I want to take a quick break real quick and just kind of thank everybody for watching online. Hey, race day, supporting ASRA. Listen, a bit of transparency. I understand, hey, this season has not been the most glamorous as we've had in years past or seasons past, but you know, that can happen, right? Growing pains and things change and cars change, you know, personnel changes, all kinds of different things, right? So, but at the end of the day, always try and put on the best show we can, and just appreciate the ones who have stuck by us and made the racing great, whether it be a driver or a sponsor or things like that. So we appreciate you, and going to finish this season strong. Cannot wait. Up front, though, Kevin King in P1. Followed by, again, Thurston, Fisher, Robb, and Huff. So definitely different cast of characters here in the front of the field, but a long way to go. About, what is that, 60 laps to go here once we get down back green flag. So exciting stuff. Again, next week starts our playoffs at Daytona. Will be a lot of fun. We'll cover a lot of that at that point, but our Championship 16, we'll move on to that. So cannot wait. We'll get it going. And right now, we're going to finish off this race to decide that top 16. Here we go. Kevin King, James Thurston, front of the field here, and going back green, we are. Green's out. Every single time we try to bring the noise, thanks to Harpoon Design, a caution comes out. And this time it did. It looks like Tim Robb came across the front stretch right there. We'll try and find it real quick, but man, that is unfortunate. Front end damage, front and left, it looks like. Was doing really good. Not gonna lie, maybe his own fault. Maybe he came across somebody's nose. We'll find out real quick. Race day replay. Oh man, over the nose of Trevor Huff. Look at that crazy netcode too, inside of his hood. Does a decent job slowing it down, saving it maybe a little bit. Not as bad. Let's try and go a little bit back here. See if we can figure it out. It's already kind of going down there, so let's get one more look at it. Yeah, tough to say. It's tough to say if Huff came up a little bit or if Tim Robb came down. Angles weren't great right there. Villalobos actually as well, too. Goes around. Not too bad, though. Looks like just into the grass and off he goes. So, tough break for Tim Robb. Looking pretty rough for him. John Cutlip still on pit road. Looks like to be on pit road, actually, I believe, if our numbers are correct here. So not too bad for him, but 6th caution of the day, really only our 4th for incident. So not too bad. Kevin King out front, Thurston, Fisher, Oxendine, Huff, as a bunch of guys come down pit road. Kenny in the chat, Daytona next week, can't wait. Yeah, man, I feel like it's gonna be interesting. I feel like we're gonna see a lot of guys come out of the woodworks for that, for obvious reasons. But we'll see. You never know. Unfortunately, we'll have our top 16 figured out for the championship, which is great. And then we'll have that contender championship kind of figured out, or at least the drivers a part of that. And for those of you who don't know what that is, basically we do like a side-by-side championship of sorts, right? So the top 16, championship 16, they have their playoffs, obviously. But for the rest of the guys in the field who, at that point, for 6 races aren't fighting for anything, we have a contender playoff. And that basically is everybody who's not in that top 16, their season kind of resets. It goes to 0. All the playoff points and whatnot all start off fresh, and the season resets. Basically a chase format at that point, 6 race season essentially, and we try and see who can win that kind of a secondary championship. So obviously much lesser than a normal championship, but something cool to fight for and a sick trophy to earn. So not too bad and not too shabby. So that should be a lot of fun as we get down to the wire for that. So up front, Kevin King, Thurston, Fisher, Oxendine once more, then Huff. Top 5 looking pretty strong, and then followed by a bunch of wildcard drivers right now trying to get themselves in there. So Kenny, unfortunately, you weren't here, but won't be a playoff driver per se, but you can go for that contender championship. In my mind is weak, but I feel like you've won one before. Is that right? I'm a little cooked, as my 11-year-old daughter says. I feel like you have. Maybe I'm wrong on that. So, lap 78, as I try and remember everything. We're going to see King and Thurston. So, hey, right now, no more guaranteed cautions. Could go green the entire way. We will find out. But green flag, back we go. Tried to go Harpoon Design, bring the noise. We won't try it this time, just to not jinx it, but we appreciate them. Go and check them out. As always, harpoondesign.com. Kevin King leads the charge real quick. James Thurston looking pretty good in P2 as well. Jump on board the cockpit. And you can see that sun's already kind of down below the grandstands in the corners. James Thurston looking pretty good. Kenny, the year before the trophy. Ah, damn. That's how it goes sometimes. I wish I thought of that sooner, but never knew of SickTrophies until then. Oh my God, what is happening back here? Mealy into the wall, I think, a little bit there on the outside lane. Oh, John Hagen, what are we doing? Way up high. Not sure what happened here. What's going on with his cockpit? Super slow. I'm not sure if he's beat up or what we're doing, but we'll have to watch out for Mr. John Hagen right now and see what is going on with that machine. Number 81 might come down pit road this time, I would assume, based on his speeds here, but just going to nurse it back maybe and call it a day. We will find out. But up front, Kevin King, Thurston, in Oxendine, all in that top three. Let's go on board Oxendine right now for the gyro cam. Always a fun camera here. Can really show off the banking of this great 1.5 mile track. Good race so far. Only a couple of cautions right now and a couple of stages, obviously, so not too bad. Kevin King has been very, very dominant so far. Hard to say. I mean, hey, the playoffs are very unique in our series now, and I kind of hope NASCAR kind of goes to something similar to what we do. And what we do is, hey, there's 2 rounds. That's it, right? The first round is 3 races, and there's 16 playoff drivers. And that 3 race kind of a mini series is basically just 3 races, a mini championship. Top 4 move on to that championship round. No more one race, one solo race to determine the champion. It's 3 races in one. So it's kind of a World Series, if you will, versus a Super Bowl. So pretty cool. Points all come down to it. And basically, it awards consistency over a period of time versus just a one-off performance. So definitely it's something I feel like NASCAR needs to go to. This one race playoff thing, yeah, it's cool. I get it from a standpoint of the fans and things like that, but I really feel like they need to go towards something of the nature that we have. I know Denny's talked about it plenty of times, but to be honest, I don't see them going backwards fully and going back to the traditional system or the chase for the cut format. I don't see it. So, but you never know. Jordan Fisher P4 looking very, very good. Let's take a quick look at his car. Cornwell BBQ sauce. Love me some barbecue sauce, man. I put that on everything. Fries, burgers, chicken. And I mean everything. Number 24. Looking pretty good. Jordan Fisher, P4. We're now up 10 spots for the day. Looking to get himself into a top 3 situation. Man, look at this. Chad Oxendine just ripping the wall there. Love it. Here we go. We are so inside of it, you just see through it, you know? Thurston still mounting a charge here for P2. Oxendine, though, looks very, very quick. But we've seen nobody's really able to track down Kevin King. He's definitely dominant today. That clean air, I think, has something to do with it for sure. As these guys still fighting for it. Great battle going on here between Oxendine and Thurston. Just doing what they can. In lap 90, so only 45 laps to go here. Definitely expect drivers to come down pit road. Probably, according to my notes at least, maybe about lap 110, give or take. We will see if that holds true at this point, but so far so good. Kevin King up front. About 9/10 of a second right now. Looking very, very good. So, who can win this race? Kevin King, obviously very, very good. Trying to also, we didn't really advertise this as well either, but the in-race tournament is something we've got going on as well. So, these top 12 drivers going for the championship already locked in. Kevin King right now is leading that. So, if he can win this race, definitely looking to get not only the playoff points you would normally get for the pole, the stage wins, the race win, right? But can also be... Whoops. Went to the wrong thing. My bad. Meant to go to this. adminbox.com. Hey, go and check them out. Yeah, meant to say that, you know, Kevin, he can still win 3 bonus playoff points by winning this in-race tournament. Again, not really advertised because I feel like the wildcard drivers is the focal point here, but looking to get himself a maximum points today, which is 11. So looking to get all those if he can. But he is up front right now. Oxendine did get around Thurston, as we see him right behind, but trying to track down Kevin King in front of him. Check out a couple of drivers in the back if we can. So Brandon Bowie out of the race. Kenny Brady never even made the race, unfortunately. Jackson Anderson looks like he quit early. Jacob Wiest as well, unfortunately. John Hagan also out, so that is confirmation there. Had an early stop or issue there. Unfortunate. Tim Robb, I believe, is on track. Yes, he is right there in 14th. 1 lap down. Car looks pretty clean, actually, too. So was able to... save that damage and get it back going. So just need one more caution for him and he'll be off and going here. Trevor Huff was in that top 5 range, but now in 13th. Not really sure what happened to him. I know he saw some bobbles. He'll have to fight back up to the front if we can. James Kaufman in P11. And look at that. Up in front of Austin Salyers for that spot in the playoffs. Can James Kaufman make the playoffs this season? That would be pretty wild for him, and he'd be stoked about it. Definitely can happen. He's in front of Salyers. Yeah, Salyers does have that damage, it looks like, on the right front. Not terrible, but might be enough to hinder him. We will see. Smucker in P10 holding on to it. Julio Villalobos, John Cutlip all the way back up to P8. And that car, let's take a look at that front end actually. Once we get a look around here. I mean, look at that nose. He is back up and running, folks. And it's a shame because, again, he spun the tires on that first opening, opening start, excuse me, and never able to really show his stuff. But right now he is able in P7 as he fights alongside Mealy here for that spot. Going to try and sneak his way into it right now, it would appear. But can Cutlip get himself back to the front? Because I feel like he has something for the top three if he can get there. Definitely trying to track him down. Michael Johnson, Frankie Brosso teammates working together here, 5th and 6th. Jordan Fisher down low. Impressive stuff right now for Jordan Fisher in P4. Kevin King kind of holding on to that 9/10 lead. It's not really shifting a whole lot. Oxendine, though, definitely showing off that he is a great long-run driver. Looks to be that Oxendine might be able to compete here with King, but we'll see. We're going to see a long green flag run here, I feel like, with that green flag stop in the middle, assuming it stays green. So we'll see how that can run out with Thurston, Fisher, Frankie. These couple of guys here looking really, really good. Almost lap 100. Frankie, surprisingly, even though the nighttime is about to be here, outside lane still seems to be pretty good. Frankie running the high line here, as well as Michael Johnson behind him, making it work for sure. Trying to make that move. Man. Finally able to maybe make it, but not quite yet. Fisher's really holding off. Trying to block Frankie Brosso. Let's try to actually look into Frankie here. Kind of show what he's dealing with. Trying to track down Fisher. Great move right there. Finally, well, not quite gets it done, but definitely soon. Cutlip, by the way, on the move. The longer those guys race, closer they're going to get. Salyers comes down pit road, it looks like. Yes, he does. Early pit stop, but not a bad move, maybe. Cannot have this race have a caution, though. That can definitely throw a wrench into the entire thing, but looking pretty good, trying to hold on, trying to get himself into that championship 16. Needs to beat the top four in those pink labels. But Kevin King, 9/10 of a second. Man, Oxendine is just so close. Basically matching lap times at this point, so you just have to kind of figure out what to do to get it done. Frankie Brosso, Michael Johnson passing each other, it looks like. Really good effort here out of Frankie. Up to P4. Michael Johnson might be able to get this here on exit. has a good run, pulls up even, but not going to be quite enough here to try and squeeze down low. No, it's not going to be enough, but should have it here. As Octandine has cut into that lead by about a tenth. So he is just slightly faster than Kevin King right now. Two heavyweights right now trying to go for it. Back in the pack, Devin Smecker holding his own, P10 right now. Tim Robb on pit road. There we go. Austin Salyers still on pit road, actually, for Salyers. Man, this is not good for him. Not sure why he is still on pit road, but that is a bummer. Tim Robb as well, 13th. A bunch of guys having issues. Oh, as Frankie almost loses it there out of turn 2. Able to save it. It's going to definitely close that gap a lot more. Everything he just earned right there, trying to get past Johnson and Fisher, man. Mealy. Here he comes. A bunch of guys making their way down. A little bit earlier than I expected. I expected about lap 110, but I guess I'm not totally off, but about 5 laps short on that guesstimate. Tim Robb looks like he's still on pit road, so not sure what's going on with that number 57, but unfortunate. Not able to get it back going. Salyers is back on track, it looks like. But 5 laps down, so this is not what he needs for his championship hopes. Looks like right now, James Kaufman is in that top 4 to make it happen. Front end, actually, on that car is beat up. Look at this thing. That was not from him getting loose and causing that caution, so interesting why that would happen. Do not know. The lead here is still strong. Still about that 9/10 gap. Trevor Huff back in P11. Race kind of fell apart here, I feel like, for Trevor Huff. He was in that top 5 and really just not able to contend after that. The car looks clean. Don't see damage, but just think maybe the handling on that car just kind of went south, or maybe it's a far cry, right? But saving fuel, saving tires, I mean, probably not. You're 28 seconds off the leader. As here he comes, James Kaufman comes down for his service. Right side tires, maybe 4 tires. What does he do here? And that's something we have to talk about too when it comes to Kevin King, Oxendine. Somebody's taking 2 tires. I feel like that's going to be a for sure thing. It's just a matter of who. Is it Kevin? He comes down pit road. Here we go. Locks it down. Looks to be a great stop. And nobody else comes with him. So this is my question. Does Kevin King take 2 tires here? I feel like you kind of need to. 25 laps to go. You take 2 tires because you know Thurston or Oxendine are probably going to take 2 tires as well to try and catch up to you. So we will see. We'll watch this real quick. This is important as we see Tim Robb still in the background there fixing his damage. Okay, 4 tires it is for Kevin King. Interesting. If I'm a teammate of Oxendine, or if I'm aware enough, I'm looking at that going, okay, game on. I'm taking 2 tires. If I'm Oxendine, 100%. Unless you feel super confident on 4 tires. I think at this point you have to do something that the leader is not doing. And I think right side tires only is the play. Okay, not the case. Not the case for Oxendine. Thurston. Next in line comes down pit road. Also John Cutler, by the way, and Michael Johnson down pit road as well. They all get going. So Thurston, what does he do? Now he was 3rd in line there. I feel like, hey, I'm telling you, 2 tires. Very shocked nobody has done this. As far as the top 3. James Thurston comes down pit road. Fisher and Barroso as well down pit road. We'll see if Thurston takes 2 tires, tries to risk it. Not the case. Okay, Fisher Right sides, 4 tires for all. Okay, so I guess I would make a terrible crew chief because I feel like in this moment, I would take 4 tires. As Devin, I'm sorry, 2 tires. Jeez. But Smecker, Huff, now the leaders. Everyone else will fall into place here once the leaders come. Devin Smecker right now. Actually, is he trying to save fuel here? I feel like I just heard him clutch it in or turn the engine off. Yeah, clutching it. Trying to save all the fuel he can. Pretty sure you can't save 22 laps, but he is doing what he can. Probably praying for a caution right now. That would definitely shake things up. Trevor Huff and P2, Kevin King are going to come out as the leader. The gap a little bit tighter between Oxendine and Kevin King. Michael Johnson actually in what will be 3rd spot. So I'm going to guess he took the 2 right side tires. As Thurston now just making a move on Joseph Mealy. So a couple of 2 tire stop takers. Michael Johnson, John Cutlip, it would appear like, based on where they are on track now. But man, 20 laps to go already. Unbelievable. Smecker trying to hold on here. Trevor Huff. Devin just needs... I mean, hey, he's won races before, but not necessarily in this fashion. Usually if he wins, he's doing it dominantly. But we have seen drivers win like this. Kind of get a lucky caution, perhaps, and... looking pretty good right now. That dripdrops.io machine... Listen, go and check these guys out on X. Awesome people. Hosky, Cardano, all the boys over there. So, good stuff. Quick update on the wildcard drivers. Right now, Austin Salyer's 4 laps down. Huge bummer for him. Not going to be able to, at least it looks like now, move on to the Championship 16. Looks like Kaufman, Villalobos, Barroso, and Johnson all seem to be in that realm. But right now, a great battle between Johnson and Cutlip. Still a huge battle here. Cutlip, Johnson, and Thurston. This is not great for Thurston's race right now. He took the 4 tires, but kind of just mired back in this traffic right here. I also don't think he had a great pit stop. I think something happened on his pit box or pit entry maybe to really hold him back. He's P6 right now, 18 seconds back. He was not that far back before green flag stops. He was maybe 3 or 4 seconds at most. So something went south, unfortunately, for Thurston, and that can happen. So Smecker's still up front. Huff is in P2. Again, these guys still have to pit for sure, but trying to get a caution right now if they can. Kevin King in P3, but will be presumably the P1, the leader once green flag stops are over. Chad Oxendine not too far back, getting closer. But man, it's just so difficult trying to get his first win of the season here in the wildcard race. John Cutlip in 3rd spot. Again, 3rd spot once the top 2 pit, because we know they have to. James Thurston, followed by Michael Johnson, Barroso, Mealy, P9. And then Jordan Fisher, P10. Unfortunately, he looks like had an issue too, where maybe not a great stop. But he was right there fighting for that top 5. Still making it happen. Devin, you can hear that car coasting into 3 and 4. I'm sorry, 1 and 2. Doing what he can. Saving fuel. Again, I don't think you can go the entire way. There's no way you can go that long on fuel, but I could be terribly wrong. So there's one right there. Trevor Huff comes down pit road, could not wait any longer for fuel. So there he is in his pit box. Now that leaves Devin Smacker. What can he do here? Has a 10.5 second lead. But again, just don't think that's going to be enough for him. I think he's going to have to pit at some point. Has to be on fumes. Clutching super early. Putting it in neutral perhaps, and man, just trying what he can to survive right here. 11 laps to go. Can Devin do the unthinkable here? Can he go 11 more laps on fuel? Again, I just don't see how it's possible unless he was saving the entire time, which, okay, maybe. I don't think it's the case, though. I think he's going to have to come down pit real soon. But if a caution comes out, that's where he makes the money, right? Everyone, for sure, will come down, take the last set of tires they have, most likely, and off they go, including Devin. So he would gain all those spots. But looking kind of through the field right now, there's not many guys racing side by side or having any issues, and a lot of the field already has had multiple issues, so not seeing them having any struggles as of now. Kevin King not too far back now. Oxendine is right there. Ten laps to go. Just like that. Very quick wildcard race today. As man, Devin just coasts all the way. Even if Smecker had the fuel to get to the end somehow, he's going to be caught by Kevin King here very soon. I mean, they are right there. They're going to try and pounce pretty quick here. Trying to get to it. All right, right now 6 laps to go. Apologize for that pause, folks. A bit of an emergency here on my end. My son is having a bit of an issue right now, so not going to be able to do top 3 interviews. Do apologize for that. We'll try and get them in for next week prior to Daytona's race in the pre-race, but we'll have to bounce here pretty quick right after the race. So apologize for any abrupt finishes or finish of this stream, but 6 laps to go. Smecker's still up front. Still saving fuel, man. 5 laps to go. Starting to become a believer right now in Smecker. Can he make this thing happen? Again, worst case, he's going to net positive a bunch of spots that he did not have before if he can make it on fuel. But Kevin King, 3 seconds back now. Oxendine, not too far back, but man, that gap has pretty much stayed the same the entire way. Perhaps dirty air, maybe handling. Not quite sure, but Oxendine, very good performance either way, for sure. 4 laps to go. Smecker has a 1.4 second lead, but that thing is shrinking hard right now. Don't know if he can make it on fuel, but does he have enough maybe to keep it going? Kind of race right now a little bit. Don't know, but he might be able to sneak his way out of a top 3 at least, with a huge gap to John Cullip in P4, about 5 seconds back of the field. And there it goes. I was a believer. I'm still kind of am. If you can, again, if you can kind of net positive here at top 3, that's not a bad bet, as he is right there going to be behind Kevin King, who 3 laps to go is looking very, very good. About to get his 3rd win of the season and about to get maximum points. 11 more points today for the perfect game. Pole, stage wins, 2 laps away from the race win, plus that in-race tournament win for the wild card. So Kevin King about to be plus 11 playoff points just out of this race alone. So looking very, very good. Oxendine not going to be able to get to it, but I've got a feeling, I'll tell you what, Oxendine, I think, wins a playoff race. I really do. There's no winning you're in the playoffs, but he is definitely going to be a factor for sure, I think, in that top 4. Kevin King comes around, white flag, sponsored by Harpoon Design. Extremely good right now in P1. Man, just did everything right today. On pole, kind of came back a little bit in the stages, saves fuel, saved tires. But at the end of the day, just an absolute dominant performance out of Kevin King. Gets the job done once more. In comes around the SickTrophies wildcard race, goes to Kevin King. Fantastic job from Kevin King. Chad Oxendine in P2, a solid effort right there. John Cullip, a P3. Very proud of that after his wild beginning of the race. I'm sure he will take that all day long. Thurston, P4. Michael Johnson, P5. So again, the championship drivers already locked in that top 12. But the wildcard drivers, they have moved on. Michael Johnson, Frankie Barroso, Julio Villalobos, and can you believe it, James Kaufman makes his way into the playoffs. It will be the 16th and final entry into the Championship 16, man. Awesome, awesome job. Kevin King, gonna burn him down. Appreciate you folks. Again, gonna bounce real quick. Not gonna do interviews. Have to go to a quick, hopefully quick, bit of emergency with my son. So we're gonna take care of that. We'll talk to these top 3 at the beginning of Daytona next week for the playoffs. Kevin King gets the job done once more. 3rd win of the season. Folks, be here next time, next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time for Daytona. Playoffs begin, and you better be here. It's going to be awesome. Have a good night, folks. We love you, and take care.